Young Joc's world was crashing down, but did anyone really expect it to implode this quickly? Rasheeda, the ever-successful businesswoman, thought everything was smooth sailing until she got hit with the bombshell of a lifetime. Guess what? It's Joc's secret affair and the shocking pregnancy that came with it. Imagine finding out you're expecting and the father isn't even the man you're married to. Yep, you read that right. Rasheeda is pregnant with young Joc's child, a fact that had been kept under wraps. But when this secret was exposed, not just any secret, but a dirty, scandalous affair, it sent shockwaves through their entire world. And hold on tight, because it didn't stop there. Kirk Frost, Rasheeda's husband, had no idea about Joc and Rasheeda's affair. His world flipped upside down in an instant. His first words when he found out: kill Joc. Yeah, it got that serious that fast, but here's the kicker. Camila, a close friend of Joc's, had her own game to play. While she warned Joc, she had plans of her own, plans that would turn everything upside down once again. Asterisk. This was just the beginning. As Kirk's rage burned hotter, Joc's fight for survival became the main event. Things escalated quickly with violence, betrayal, and shocking twists around every corner. Who's got the upper hand now? And what will this do to Rasheeda's shattered life? Asterisk. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. The real question is, will Kirk choose to rebuild his family, or will he finally cut ties with Joc for good? The story begins in what seemed like the perfect life. Young Joc, the successful rapper, businessman, and all-around industry player, thought he had it all. From his booming career to his lavish lifestyle, everything seemed flawless. But behind the scenes, a storm was brewing, one that would turn his life upside down. At the center of this chaos was Rasheeda, the ever-so-successful businesswoman, a name that's recognized in the world of entrepreneurship, a social media queen, and a doting wife too. Kirk Frost. On the surface, everything seemed perfect until the bombshell dropped. Rasheeda was pregnant, but the twist: the father wasn't Kirk, it was young Joc. A shocking affair kept under wraps, suddenly exposed in a way that no one could have anticipated. Imagine the disbelief, the shock, the devastation. How could something like this happen? Rasheeda's life, once solid and secure, suddenly turned upside down. One phone call, one text, one whisper in the wrong ear, and everything she worked for came crashing down. But let's take a step back. What led to this moment? How did Joc, someone who is supposed to be a friend and business partner to Kirk, find himself tangled in such a mess? This wasn't just about one mistake. This was a pattern, a betrayal of trust, and a plot twist that no one saw coming. Joc, known for his charm and his ability to navigate the industry, had been carrying this secret for months. He thought he could keep it under wraps, that no one would find out about his affair with Rasheeda. He thought he could pull it off like he had so many other things in his life. But what he didn't count on was Kirk Frost, Rasheeda's husband, being caught completely off guard. Imagine the fury when Kirk found out. His first reaction: pure rage. And we're talking about a rage so intense, so blinding, that the only words that came out of his mouth were, kill Joc. Yes, you heard that right, kill Joc. Kirk Frost, a man who'd been married to Rasheeda for years, who had built a life and a family with her, was now faced with the ultimate betrayal. His world, his marriage, his family, everything he had known and fought for was crumbling in an instant. And it wasn't just the affair, it was the fact that Joc, his so-called friend, had been hiding this truth right under his nose. The betrayal cut deep, not just from Rasheeda, but from someone who was supposed to be part of his inner circle. But while Kirk was consumed with rage, Camila, a close friend of Joc, wasn't just watching this unfold passively. Camila had her own interests at heart. She knew exactly what was at stake, not just for Joc, but for herself. Camila, ever the schemer, saw an opportunity in the scandal. She was looking out for her own position, ensuring that if the story went public, she'd come out on top. Camila's role in this was anything but simple. She wasn't just trying to help Joc escape the wrath of Kirk. She was carefully orchestrating her moves, playing her own game, making sure she was the one who controlled the narrative. But what was her true agenda? Was she looking to protect Joc and his reputation, or was she trying to shift the focus and clear Rasheeda's name? Her motives weren't entirely clear. Camila wasn't just a side player. She was the one pulling strings in the background, maneuvering her pieces on the chessboard to make sure she was the one left standing. So as Kirk's fury boiled over, Camila began to shift her plans. She knew that this whole situation was about to explode into something much bigger than anyone could have predicted. But no one, especially Joc, could have prepared for the full force of what was coming next. The confrontation between Kirk and Joc wasn't just a verbal spat, it was a violent clash of emotions, ego, and betrayal. When Kirk finally caught up with Joc, it wasn't just a warning, it wasn't just a confrontation over the phone, it was a full-on assault, a violent showdown where Joc was forced to face the consequences of his actions. Kirk filled with rage, didn't just threaten Joc, he physically assaulted him, revealing all his pent-up anger in a brutal encounter that no one could have expected. Joc, who had lived a life filled with highs and lows, now found himself in a situation where it wasn't about the money, the fame, or the music. It was about surviving this nightmare that he had created with his own hands. The walls were closing in on him from all sides. Kirk was out for blood, and Camila was playing her own game, trying to manipulate everything from the shadows. But let's not forget who else was affected by this mess. Rasheeda, the woman caught in the middle of this affair, the one whose life was shattered when she found out the truth. Her entire identity, everything she had worked for, was now being questioned. Would she stand by her husband Kirk, who had promised to protect her, or would she stay loyal to Joc, the man who had betrayed her, but was also the father of her child? Every decision Rasheeda made from this point on would be scrutinized. She had a life to rebuild, a business to run, and a family to protect. But how do you rebuild when the foundation has been destroyed by betrayal? Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it did. The fight between Kirk Frost and Yung Joc didn't end with a few punches and a dramatic walk-off like some VH1 reunion show. Oh no, this was personal. Now Kirk wasn't just angry, he was out for war, and Joc, he wasn't just bruised physically, his entire reputation was being dragged through the mud, stomped on, and served on a silver platter to the public with a side of cancel him now. But remember the name Camila? Oh yes, the so-called friend of Joc, who said she had his back. She flipped faster than a politician in an election year. Sis saw an opportunity and said, "Let me finesse this scandal like a pro." Camila started making quiet phone calls, not to help Joc, but to the blogs, the gossip outlets, the shady anonymous tip lines. She was planting seeds, spinning the story, and baby, she wasn't spinning it in Joc's favor. She's protecting Rasheeda's brand, one anonymous source told Fake Tea Daily. Kama's been working with Rasheeda's PR for months. Now she knows if this gets out and the public turns on Rasheeda, it's over for all of them. She's cleaning house. So what did she do? Camila turned the scandal into a soap opera. She went full-blown Olivia Pope with a twist of Mona Scott. She leaked a fake report claiming that Joc manipulated Rasheeda, saying he used emotional instability and business stress to seduce her. This woman really said he gaslit her into a pregnancy. Meanwhile, the public, oh, they were eating this up like Sunday brunch drama. Twitter was on fire. Wait, Rasheeda and Joc, Kirk about to commit a whole felony. Camila playing chess while these boys play Uno. Young Joc got more drama than his haircuts. The memes, relentless. People were photoshopping Rasheeda with Joc's face on her baby bump. Others were posting fake Kirk mugshots with captions like "arrested for whooping Joc like a drum set." And as the drama hit viral status, Kirk Frost's rage only got worse, according to another anonymous insider who claims to be Kirk's barber's cousin's Uber driver. Kirk went off the grid for 72 hours, locked his phone, skipped business meetings, and was allegedly seen driving around Atlanta with a baseball bat in the trunk, muttering to himself, "Ain't nobody playing with me no more." Yep, it was that real, but the public didn't just want gossip, they wanted answers, and they wanted them now. That's when Joc, against all advice, decided to do the unthinkable: a live Instagram video. He went live bruised, clearly stressed out, breathing heavy like he just dodged Kirk again, and started ranting, "Y'all don't know what I've been through, ain't nobody perfect. But I didn't do this alone. Rasheeda was there too. She knew what it was, bro." Wrong move. That live set the internet ablaze in under 10 minutes. Not only did he throw Rasheeda under the bus, but he also confirmed the pregnancy and made it seem like Rasheeda was the one chasing him. Cue Camila entering stage left with her damage control. She immediately hit up the blogs with a fake audio clip where a man sounding like Joc is heard saying, "I got her pregnant on purpose. That's how I stay in the family money." Was it Joc's real voice? Probably not. Did the internet care? Not even a little. This scandal wasn't just on Twitter anymore. It hit mainstream. Fake headlines: Rasheeda pregnant by Joc, Kirk goes berserk. Urban Daily trash: Young Joc tried to trap Rasheeda. Camila spills the tea with no filter. Kirk versus Joc, the war for Rasheeda's womb. Drama Insider. And while all this was going down, Rasheeda, she was ghost silent. No posts, no appearances, not even a reposted skincare promo. The woman who usually had a new reel every 36 minutes was now off the grid, fueling the mystery even more. Backroom sources claimed she was staying at a private wellness retreat in the hills, possibly on orders from Camila and her crisis team. But what no one knew was that Rasheeda wasn't just hiding from the press, she was hiding from Kirk. See, after the confrontation with Joc, Kirk became unstable, paranoid, obsessed. Friends close to the couple said he'd been snooping through her texts, questioning her every move, and even installing cameras in their house. One source said, Kirk been acting like a whole reality TV detective. He talking to himself, pulling receipts from 2019. Man even asked if the baby could be his. Like he forgot how time works. And while Kirk was losing grip on reality, Camila was gaining power. She began hosting hush-hush meetings with Rasheeda's business partners, talking sponsorships, quietly cleaning Rasheeda's image, while trashing Joc's behind closed doors. It was master-level sabotage, with a dash of calculated betrayal. She even convinced Rasheeda's team to release a fake statement due to current stress and private matters. Rasheeda will be stepping back temporarily to focus on health, family, and spiritual peace. Translation: we're hiding until the fire dies down, but let's not forget this wasn't over. Kirk still spiraling, allegedly hired a private investigator. Yep, he was ready to start subpoena ing folks. Like this was an episode of Law and Order ATL Scandal Unit. The PI's mission: track Joc, find out if he's paying off anyone, and confirm the baby is his. But Joc had his own defense plan. Now he lawyered up, not with any regular attorney, but with Lisa Gray, a powerhouse lawyer who once got a Love and Hip Hop cast member off the hook for a 6-figure fraud case and a pyramid scheme in the same year. Iconic. And as legal threats flew, the city started buzzing with whispers. Is Joc going to sue Kirk for assault? Will Rasheeda take Joc's side? Is running this whole circus? At this point, no one could tell who the real villain was: Kirk, who snapped and went full WWE; Joc, the messy secret daddy; Camila, the puppet master behind the scenes; or even Rasheeda for staying silent while chaos erupted in her name. The public was divided. Fans started choosing sides like it was Infinity War Atlanta edition. Hashtags like hashtag Team Kirk, hashtag Protect Rasheeda, hashtag Camelanu, hashtag Joc the Joke started trending within hours, and just when it looked like the scandal was peeing, Camila dropped another bomb in an exclusive leaked email. Yeah, we got the receipts. Camila contacted a major podcast network, claiming she had hours of unreleased audio, text, screenshots, and video footage that could clear Rasheeda's name completely and bury Joc's career forever. Oh, she was playing hardball now. The city was trembling. Camila had just pulled the pin on a bomb that threatened to blow the whole scandal into flames. Those leaked emails, oh, they were to bluff. She had actual files, audio, screenshots, and even surveillance footage from Joc's studio. One file showed young Joc pacing back and forth, muttering, "I had to do what I had to do. Rasheeda ain't going to say nothing. And Camila, she'll stay quiet if she knows what's good for her." Yep, Joc just gave his enemies the golden ticket. Camila now had the upper hand, and she knew it. She set up a live press conference with actual chairs, lights, a podium, and all. The drama sis really thought she was on Scandal with the whole world watching. Camila stood tall and addressed the storm. She'd secretly stirred. This situation has gone too far. I'm not protecting anyone anymore. What I'm about to reveal is the truth, whether they like it or not. She dropped 3 bombshells. Joc did manipulate Rasheeda. Camila revealed texts where Joc was guilt-tripping her, saying things like, "You owe me this, Rasheeda. I kept your secrets before." Rasheeda was emotionally vulnerable. Camila claimed Rasheeda had confided in her during a rough patch in her marriage, and Joc used that to get close. Kirk was being watched, and here's the wild part. Admitted to bugging Kirk's office. Yes, she had audio recordings of Kirk ranting, planning to ambush Joc, and even trying to buy silence from one of Joc's exes. The world went into meltdown mode. Blogs crashed from traffic. Podcasts uploaded 5 emergency episodes overnight. Twitter, a digital wildfire. Camila might be the villain we needed. This is deeper than Joc versus Kirk, running this city. Rasheeda better not stay silent after this. And then just when it seemed like things couldn't get any wilder, Rasheeda finally broke her silence. She posted a 3-minute video on her personal page. No makeup, no glam, no filters, just raw emotion. She said, "I never thought my personal choices would become a circus. I was hurt, I was betrayed, and yes, I made mistakes. But I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not protecting anyone but myself and my future." And just like that, Rasheeda confirmed the pregnancy. She didn't deny Joc was the father. She didn't defend Kirk's violence. She didn't praise Kama's scheming. She simply said, "Everyone in this mess showed their true colors. Now I'm showing mine." And with that, she ended the video, and the internet froze. But let's be clear, that wasn't the end of the war. It was just the start of the final round. Joc's camp was scrambling. He had legal threats coming from Camila, Kirk, and even sponsors he'd partnered With one brand dropped him within 30 minutes of Rasheeda's video, another deleted every collab post with him. It was like watching a digital eraser in real time. But Joc wasn't done. He came back with a scene desist letter aimed at Kama. In the letter, he claimed she violated recording laws, slandered him publicly, and sabotaged his professional reputation. Joc wanted Kama to retract every statement or face a $2 million lawsuit. Camila, she laughed. Literally, she went live again and said, "Let him try. I got more dirt. He sues me. I'll leak everything. Joc better thank me. I didn't expose his other baby mama drama." And the crowd said, "Opie." Meanwhile, Kirk was under pressure from his own demons. His anger issues had been exposed to the world. That video of him threatening Joc, yeah, it went viral. And to make it worse, Rasheeda's video painted Kirk as just as toxic as Joc, if not worse. The man who once screamed "killed Joc" was now facing backlash, business losses, and a possible restraining order. Joc's lawyer hinted at, but Kirk had one last card up his sleeve. He publicly apologized. He released a long handwritten apology note that read like a script from a Lifetime movie: "To my wife Rasheeda, I failed you. To Joc, though I cannot forgive you, I acknowledge my wrongs. And to the fans, I let rage get the best of me. I'm going to therapy, and I ask for grace." He even posted a photo of him sitting in a counseling session with the caption, "Healing begins now." But by this point, the public wasn't buying it. Too little too late. Kirk was now labeled the ticking time bomb husband, and just when everyone thought Camila had won, her own secrets started leaking. A former assistant came forward and revealed Camila wasn't just protecting Rasheeda. She wanted Joc out the way because she had a deal with a rival artist Joc had beef with. She'd been taking kickbacks from bloggers to feed them drama. And here's the kicker: Camila had once dated Joc years ago and was still harboring feelings. Boom, now the tables were turning again. The headlines flipped. Camila exposed, not a savior, just a salty ex. Kirk, Joc, Camila, Rasheeda, who really started the fire. This ain't love, and hip-hop, it's love. And hit jobs. Suddenly Camila's credibility tanked. Brands she worked with dropped her podcasts, uninvited her, and Rasheeda, she unfollowed Kama without saying a word. That silence was louder than any live video. Now here we are, 3 broken friendships, 1 destroyed business circle, a baby on the way, and fans completely divided. Joc has gone MIA, reportedly staying at an undisclosed location, trying to rebuild mentally and legally. Kirk is now committed to therapy, but still on thin ice. Camila, a queen with a shattered throne, and Rasheeda focused on her pregnancy and her future, reportedly stepping away from the limelight indefinitely. But the question on everyone's lips still remains, was this all just a tragic mess of personal choices, or was this a long-played game by Kama to take down everyone in one swoop? Either way, one thing is for sure: nobody's coming out of this clean, and the city of Atlanta still talking, still watching, still waiting for the next bombshell. Because if there's one thing this scandal taught us, loyalty don't live here no more. Now it's your turn to speak up. Was Rasheeda right to stay silent through all this chaos? Did Kama pull the strings just for revenge? And what about Yung Joc? Was he a victim or the mastermind? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you really on? Team Joc, Team Rasheeda, or Team Camila? And if you want more wild celebrity stories, insane scandals, and truth nobody else is willing to say, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell, because trust me, what's coming next will blow everything out the water. This isn't just gossip, this is war.
Hey, hey, hey.